Let's talk about Song of the Year. Ukhozi FM gave Song of the Year to Khuzeni for his song Umjololo. And let's be very honest, many people have not heard this song before. Many people are unaware of this song. I actually gave my Song of the Year vote to Dlala Thukzini for Iplan. For me, that was an easy decision. La ukhona wedali yakuthanda msebenza ukho ngishoda ngemali kodwa masithandana ngihlala ngenza iplani Dlala Thukzini. Come on, come on. That's Song of the Year. That's open and shut case. Open and shut case. I didn't wait though for the announcement. I didn't stay up listening to Khosi FM or anything like that. I don't do that anymore because the show has lost credibility for me. I used to listen to that show for a very long time growing up. So many New Year's transitions with Ukhozi FM playing in the background. But I gave up when, I think it was 2020, when Big Zulu lost for Imalini. Fisukba nemali. Come on. You know that was the Song of the Year. You know, everybody knew that was the Song of the Year. There were challenges. There was so much happening. Big Zulu deserved to win. He didn't win. And guess who they gave that same award to? Same guy, this Khuzeni guy, for another song you don't know and can't remember. And I just stopped. I said, I'm not going to waste time playing this in the background. I'm going to do new things now for New Year celebration. I stopped listening. But I don't want to be just subjective about Song of the Year. Let's be scientific. Let's come up with a criteria around what actually makes Song of the Year. One of those clearly is the metrics. Metrics, definitely. Number 2 is the impact. And number 3, I think, is the endorsements, right? I'm going to break those down. Metrics, we're talking here about streams. We're talking about views. And we're talking about how many times your music has been used on different platforms. And when you look at the numbers, this is what the numbers say for Song of the Year contenders. And I've broadened it to songs that were made by South Africans or featured South Africans. And these were the biggest songs. So when you look at Spotify, Water on Spotify had the most streams, 293 million streams on Spotify. That's not a joke thing. That's a big thing, isn't it? So Spotify, 293 million. On YouTube, views, 91 million views for Water by Tyler. TikTok posts that use the sound to make various music videos or various TikToks. 1.5 million posts using Tyler. I mean, that's up there. Unavailable by Davido and Musa Keys. 113 million on Spotify, 82 million on YouTube, and 1.6 million TikTok posts. Those are not joke numbers, right? Nige, 38 million Spotify streams, 34 million YouTube views, 182,000 posts using Omnige. Iplan, 11 million Spotify streams, 8.8 million YouTube views, 279,000 TikTok posts. And then Umjololo, 830,000 Spotify streams, 4.6 million YouTube views, and only 511 TikTok posts. Now, when you go to Apple Music, they don't show the number of streams, but the songs that have dominated in terms of the year charts, the month charts, have been Iplan, Mnige at different points, and Water and Unavailable as well. They've been big songs also on Apple. Now, when it comes to Song of the Year, I obviously have moved on from Nige and other songs that were booming earlier in the year, but I think it's fair for everyone to think about Song of the Year, not just in the context of Song of December, of November, December, because Iplan really started taking off towards the end of the year. Nige has a strong claim to Song of the Year. The metrics are very solid. 38 million Spotify, 34 million YouTube, 182,000 imprints in terms of TikTok posts. That's a strong performance. Water and Unavailable create complications because they're bigger on the international stage than they are on the South African music scene, right? So I think realistically speaking, when we're talking about Song of the Year, we're looking at Mnike or Iplan as the real contenders. But there are going to be some people who say Water or Unavailable are their picks. And they will be fair to say that because you got to look at the global impact of a song. You got to look at that. But on top of the metrics that Mnike and Mnike has, there's something else that Mnike has that hey, no other song except for one has the same credentials. The Rihanna endorsement. Listen to what Queen Riri had to say.
Album of the year?
Hey.
Ooh. Am I an album girl? Or am I a streaming single girl? Unavailable. On repeat. That and Ninka. It is spelled Mnike.
Bruh, if Riri says that your song is the song of the year, I mean, that's it. That's it. So Riri is the icon. And if she says, and her listening is international, she's got an international ear. She just doesn't listen to US-based music. Her palette is so broad. So if she comes in with that endorsement, your song has to be the standout. So even though I would have chosen Iplan, realistically, Song of the Year really goes to Mnike. It really does. Mnike wins. I mean, if Rihanna says that's it. Now, Unavailable is a Davido song. So Musa Keys gets a shout out, but I think it goes to Mnike. Tyler ICU and the boys, Song of the Year was yours. It's unfortunate that we only measure Song of the Year towards the, based on the end of the year, and it's a transition thing, but you guys, you took it. You impacted, people were, I mean, it's clear. So the impact of Mnike for me, I think, is much bigger than the streams even reflect. But I also want to be fair to Amapinga Nation and people who listen on other platforms. People have pointed out that, people voted for this song. They voted for it. And Amapinga Nation doesn't always listen to music on streaming platforms like Apple Music and Spotify or even YouTube videos. They don't necessarily do that. Music sometimes is shared on USBs, it's shared on CDs. You will hear music that you've never heard. If you get into it, the kind of music that you hear, that's popular, that's very well loved, is not necessarily going to be the kind of music that you'll hear when you go to Konka or some other place. And we have to credit that. It's Song of the Year, not song for the youth or trending song on TikTok. It's Song of the Year for everybody. And that includes other listener preferences, which go beyond just the preferences of people who are just listening, in the clubs and listening on TikTok, etc., etc. So we have to be fair, And Ukhozi FM is a Zulu station, so the Zulu listenership from rural areas, from urban areas will also influence the taste. And sometimes that coincides with the stuff that's trending in the cities, but sometimes it doesn't. Ultimately, this is a win for music. This kind of debates. They're a win for music. South African music is so full of talent, so full of new names, new entrants. Amapiano is taking over the world. Even more, I think, than Afrobeats is doing at this particular moment. That may seem controversial, but I believe that Amapiano is the wave of 2024. So even if Ukhozi FM did something that I think is dodgy, and there've been other controversies around the votes and how sometimes people buy votes, etc., etc. But let's leave that. It's a win for music. Amapiano, I think 2024 is going to be an even bigger year for the sound. I saw the other day, the one and only, the legend, Timbaland, trying to learn Amapiano, and he was bad. But what that told me is that if Timbaland, the one and only, Mr. It's Been a Long Time, shouldn't left you without a dope beat to step to, is learning Amapiano. Come on, fam. That's a big move for Amapiano, a big endorsement. And the biggest song was Mnike. So I think for 2024, there's more for Amapiano. And by the way, South Africa owes Timbaland a big debt of gratitude for one of the biggest songs in South Africa, because the beat for, what's the name of that song? What's the name of the most ratchet song that we all love? The Sister Patina. Oh, sit. That is the same one that was used by Timbaland in Aaliyah's Try Again. You gotta go listen. So Timbaland, even though he's late to the sound now, he was early because he gave us that one track, the beat for it. Anyway, what do you think? Which song did you vote for? Do you still trust or believe in this particular type of content, song of the year type of thing, or have you moved on, or you're listening to different stations now? What is your song of the year?